Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to talk a little bit about punctuation. For some of you guys, this might be a little anxiety producing, perhaps because maybe you struggled with punctuation usage in the past, but I'm here to make it a little simpler, okay? So for one, let's start with the period. The period ends a sentence, okay? It has the power to end a sentence. It can't really go in the middle of a sentence, can't go at the beginning. It just ends a complete sentence. Remember, a complete sentence has to have a subject, which is a noun, and a verb. Commas, this is the complicated one, right? So a comma usually indicates a pause, okay? So here are some examples. Social issues can hurt individuals and communities. You can see there's no comma there. I've circled how there's no comma because there's really no pause there, okay? Social issues can hurt individuals and they can also damage communities. You can hear there's a little pause there and the comma does go there, all right? Because communities are being harmed, change must happen. You can hear that pause again with that comma. Poverty is a wide-reaching issue because of how it affects kids, families, and communities. You can hear that there's no pause before because, but there are commas after kids, family, and families. All right. Now, there are more technical reasons why the commas go in the places they do. We talked earlier in the year about simple, compound, and complex sentences, right? A simple sentence has to have a noun and a verb, and it can have, adjectives and it can have direct objects, it can have prepositions, but it has to have a noun and a verb. Okay, so you can see this first sentence is a simple sentence. Social issues, which is your noun, can hurt, which are your verbs, individuals and communities. There's an and here, but on the other side of the and, there's not another noun and verb. It's just a noun, communities. So this is one simple sentence. Because it's a simple sentence, no comma. All right. The next one is an example of a compound sentence. Okay. Compound sentence, remember, uses the fanboys. F stands for, and stands for and, A stands for and, N nor, B but, O or, Y yet, S so. Okay. So when you use one of those in a sentence, sometimes, and they say sometimes, it can cause it to become a compound sentence. So one example of that is this sentence: social issues can hurt individuals and they can also damage communities. You can see on either side of the and, which is one of the fanboys, there's a full, complete sentence. So social issues can hurt individuals. That's a simple sentence. They can also damage communities. It's another simple sentence. Then they're connected by a comma and the and. All right, that's a compound sentence. You'll notice in the first sentence they use and, but there's no comma. That's because on the other side of the and, there has to be a full sentence for it to be a compound sentence and have that comma. All right. There's a video that I've attached to this assignment. If you need a reminder about simple, compound, complex sentences, I did put that video up. The next is a complex sentence with the subordinating conjunction, in this case because, in the front of the sentence. So it says, because communities are being harmed, change must happen. All right. You can see on either side of that comma, communities are being harmed, that's a full sentence, and then change must happen. The only reason that you can put that comma there is because of the word because. Because is in the front of the sentence, so it causes a comma to emerge after harmed. It's a complex sentence. Again, if you need a reminder about that, watch the simple, compound, complex video. The next one is a list. Poverty is a wide-reaching issue because of how it affects kids, families, and communities. You can see that I've put commas after kids and families. You'll notice, though, there's no comma before because. Because is a strong word, right? We just talked about how if it's in the front of the sentence, it can cause a comma to pop up in the middle. In this case, because, since because is in the middle of the sentence, it doesn't need a comma. Okay, because is a strong independent word, it doesn't need a comma. Never put a comma before the word because. All right. Semicolons. Semicolons separate two complete sentences without ending it. So this sentence says, I love being a teacher. My students are amazing. Okay, you can see those are two complete sentences that would usually have a period separating them, but because they're related, because since I'm saying I love being a teacher, my students are amazing, I'm trying to show here that I love being a teacher because my students are amazing. Okay, now of course I could have just written I love being a teacher because my students are amazing. I could do that. That's a complex sentence, but I wanted to use the semicolon here. All right, be careful not to overuse a semicolon. You can seem a little arrogant or a little too fancy if you use the semicolon over and over again. Also, please remember that a complete sentence needs a noun and a verb. You can see the example here. Mrs. Lively is an awesome teacher, and we love working with her. You can see on the either side of the comma and there's a complete sentence. Mrs. Lively is a noun, is your verb, we is a noun, and love working is the verb, or the verbs, excuse me. All right, so I hope this helps a little as a punctuation reminder. Feel free to come back to this if you need it, and have a great rest of your day, everybody.